Right, this is my UFC London reaction and breakdown. We'll start off with Guram Kutaladze versus Cowie Fernandez. I think that's how you say it. Cowie Fernandez. I think that's his name. I think that's how you pronounce it. But this is most unexpected fight of the card for me. I thought Guram was gonna win this. Um, he got dominated. Every aspect of this fight. From the first to the last second, he got dominated. Dropped in the first round with a head kick. Second round, he dropped in with a leg kick. I believe. I think it was the second round. I'm pretty sure it was the second round. Yeah. Hit with a hard leg kick, and Guram just goes down. And the third round, Cowie kind of slowed it down a bit, but still dominated Guram. Cowie looked phenomenal, man. I mean, this fight has like messed with my head so much. Like, was Guram as good as we thought he was? You know, it's put his fight with John Vucenic into perspective as well. Like, John Vucenic just got battered by Chris Duncan, and Guram had a close fight with very close fight with John Vucenic. Is John Vucenic as good as we thought he was? This card's, man, it's messed with my brain so much. But man, Cowie looked good, looked phenomenal, looked like a title contender. I mean, tough for, I believe this was his first fight in the UFC. It might have been his second, but for that early on, this is early on in his UFC career. This is a hard matchup, and he went out there and dominated him. Phenomenal performance by Cowie Fernandez. Next one, Nathan Fletcher versus Cowell Loughran. I thought Nathan Fletcher won this. I thought he pretty clearly won this. First round was close, but you could give it to Loughran. He was pushing the pace, getting the takedowns. He was outboxing him, but Nathan landed some good hard low kicks in the first round. Kind of abandoned that later on. Didn't throw as much, but in the first round he landed some nice low kicks, nice hard low kicks. You can tell it hurt Cowell Loughran's. You can tell it hurt his leg quite a bit. He kind of backed off at one point when he got hit with a low kick, but I still give it to Loughran. He was pushing the pace, he was getting the takedowns, doing well. Second round, clear Nathan Fletcher round. This is funny as this round. He just held his back the entire round and was just pounding his face in. It was funny as, man. It was such an awkward position. But man, Nathan Fletcher did well that round. I thought he was going to get the submission at one point. I believe someone said Cowlin was grabbing the gloves or something, or cheat. I don't know. Maybe a cage grab or something. I think it was glove grabbing. I'm not too sure. I didn't see it, but it was a really hard angle, so he might have been. But third round, Cowlin was pushing the pace, similar to the first, going for the takedowns, but he couldn't really do much with the takedowns. Nathan defended a few. He did well. It was close on the feet. And in the last 30 seconds, Nathan Fletcher just starts piecing him up and just going off on him. Elbows, elbow, knees, rocks him with a spinning elbow, cuts him, pieces him up. And I thought that's a clear win, right? I thought that third round was, after the last 30 seconds, I thought it was a clear round for Nathan Fletcher. But no, the judges thought otherwise. A bit crazy, but the judges were a bit off this card. But yeah, man. I mean, he rocked Nathan Fletcher. Nathan rocked Cowlin at in the last 30 seconds as well. When I was watching it, he hit him with an elbow, and you can tell it kind of stunned Cowlin a little bit. But he was pacing him up, cut him, hurt him. I thought that secured him the round, but it is what it is. It was a close fight. You know what, man? I was gonna say could have went either way, but I'm sick of saying it could have went either way. These are 3-round fights. They're gonna be close, but that doesn't mean there wasn't a clear winner. If we're going by the scorecard, by the scoring criteria, sorry, Nathan should have won that. But it is what it is, man. Yeah, it is what it is, right? Sean O'Bannon versus Pooja Tomar. This is funny. Because Sean O'Bannon gets dropped. I think it was a head kick. She dropped with a head kick or something. I don't know, something like that. I think it was a head kick. Might have been. Gets dropped. I didn't really watch this fight, to be honest with you. but I saw the ending. Gets dropped, and then obviously Puja Tumar, I think that's how you pronounce it, gets on it, but Shauna Bannon eventually secures that armbar and submit to. It was funny, as to be honest with you. Indians just don't have good luck in the UFC. But that was a good win. That was a performance of the night. What? Oh wait, there's tons of performance of the night. Oh jeez, why are they getting so many out? Anyways, yeah, good win by Shauna Bannon. Yeah, she's got some phenomenal grappling. Christian Leroy Duncan versus Andrei Puliev. This is a snooze fest. Boring. Majority of the time it's clinch. Just a clinch fest. Even Matt Goddard was warning them. I think he split them up in the first round as well. Or the second, I don't know. Man, this was a boring fight. Last round though, last 10 seconds, last 15, I think 15, 10 seconds, whatever, Leroy just starts pacing Puliev up. Elbows, knees, and then when the round ends, Puliev kind of just crumbles on the floor and just sits down. Yeah, he rocked him badly at the end of that round. It was a clear win for Leroy. Not much happened, but Leroy won pretty clearly. Yeah. Usually Leroy's really entertaining, but this is pretty smooth. As I guess, both parties were responsible for making it boring, but it is what it is. Yeah, good win for Leroy. Marcin Tybura versus Mick Parkin. This was a tough one. This was not a tough one, a weird one. I thought Mick won this. It was a weird fight because Mick dominated Marcin on the ground in the second round, which was unexpected because Marcin's got phenomenal ground game, and then on the feet, Tybura was having his way. Not all the time, but he seemed to outstrike him at times. But yeah, it was a weird fight. It was a very close fight. I would have given it to Mick Parkin. Maybe he's a bit biased, but I think in the last round he stole that round. When Marcin kind of went to, it was a very close round, the last one. Even the last, before the last 10 seconds when Tybura went for the takedown and Mick was just punching him in the head, I thought that kind of solidified the round for him. But even before that, Mick landed the harder shots in that round. He landed a nice right hand down the pipe at one point. He was landing. It seemed to me like he was landing the harder shots. Tybura was kind of just tapping at him a bit, but I thought Mick won this. I had Tybura winning this. I knew it was gonna happen, but Mick did far better than I expected. It was a good performance from both of them, but Mick just, if he was faster, he's so slow, man. If he was faster, he'd be a lot better. He's not like he's abnormally good anyway. He's not like phenomenal striking or phenomenal. He's decent overall. If he had better speed, he would be way better. If he had better power, he would be way better. But he's just not an athletic guy, I guess. You could work on your speed and power, but they're just natural gifts. That I don't think he has. But yeah, it was a mediocre win for Tybura, But yeah, it is what it is. I don't get why they're giving Tybura this. Mick Parkin is probably more marketable than Tybura. Tybura's just gonna lose again. At least Mick Parkin has a chance to win against the higher contenders. But yeah, good for Tybura, I guess. Lorna Kavanagh versus Felipe dos Santos. I had Lorna Kavanagh win this. Man, it was a good fight. First round went to Felipe. Felipe landed he didn't land a spinning elbow, but the spinning elbow it was weird. It literally grazed the top of Lorna's head and cut him right on his scalp. Yeah, it was weird, man. He literally ducks the spinning elbow, but it just skims him and cuts him, and that was a bad cut. Blood all down his face. Yeah, man. First round went to Felipe, probably mainly because of that cut. Second, third, pretty clearly Lorna's. He did really well on the ground. He looked, he picked up a couple of times. I think he did it a couple of times. He picked him up and kind of slammed him. Not like a Bilal Muhammad, Leon Edwards slam, but still. Um, yeah, did really good on the ground. Nasty ground and pound at times. It was, I felt like his ground and pound would have been a lot better. He would have done a lot better on the ground if it wasn't for that head cut. Because, man, just imagine Felipe, you've got a cut on your top of your head, and Felipe is just banging them elbows. Them 6 to 12 elbows, 12 to 6 elbows, sorry, on the top of his head, right where it's cut. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt a lot. But he still was landing some really nice ground and pound. He was doing well on the feet. Yeah, man, it was a good. I thought this was a great performance by Lorna. Seems like he got cut very early on. I thought it was a phenomenal performance. Yeah, man, Felipe hasn't seemed to. I guess no. I was gonna say he hasn't seemed to be able to capture his performance that he had against Manel Cap again, but he looked good in this. I thought he looked pretty good, but he didn't seem to have a very good ground game. Every fight, someone takes him down and dominates him. But he's a really good striker. He's young, he's talented. Both are young and talented fighters. And it's exciting to have a new good flyweight prospect, And Lorna's so fast, man. He's crazy hand speed. Yeah, man, great win. Jai Herbert versus Chris Padilla. This was a close one again. This fight was just pure close fights. Pure close fights. It was barely any knockouts or anything, or every fight was a close one in this card. Usual English card, sorry. But yeah, I thought Jai Herbert could have took this. Chris Padilla was kind of not stalling, but doing a Mario Bautista, not a full-on Mario Bautista, but a similar, holding him knees against the thighs, holding him against the cage. Couldn't take him down. Jai looked good. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Jai's takedown defense was pretty good, but he looked. I thought he'd be more exciting since his last fight. He looked really good in his last fight, but just kind of had another fight where he just takes it off. Takes a couple of rounds off. He took the first round off. He lost the first round, but in the first round was close. Thinking back on it, but I'd have given this to Jai Herbert. Second round, I thought it was Jai's. I thought third was Jai's. Chris Padilla had a nice elbow in the third round that kind of stunned Jai a bit, but he covered well, and Jai was landing the better punches and cut Chris Padilla. I thought Jai Herbert won this, but it's alright. I'm not too bothered about this fight. I like Jai, but he's always having these kind of fights, so it's this is usual. This is normal. But yeah, good win for Chris Padilla. Right, let's talk about this. Nathaniel Wood versus Morgan Charriere. What a performance by Nathaniel Wood. I mean, I said this in my my prediction video. I said Nathaniel Wood's good, man. His boxing is so good. He's got great leg kicks. And in this fight, the main aspect was his boxing. His jab was just phenomenal this entire fight. He had good leg kicks in the first round, but kind of stopped throwing them later on. I don't know why. And I said this in my prediction video as well. I said Morgan is hittable. I don't know how to pronounce his second name. Charriere or something. I'll just call him Morgan, right? But Morgan is hittable, man. I was watching his fights back, and he's quite hittable. And Nathaniel Wood brutally drops him in the first round. But typical Nathaniel Wood, he can't seem to get the finish. I think he went for a guillotine, got it reversed, but he still secured that first round 10-9. And then the rest of the fight, he just dominated with his jab, with his boxing, his left hook. He has a phenomenal left hook as well. Amazing right hand. His boxing counters are top tier, man. In my opinion, Nathaniel Wood's probably got. He might be top 10 best boxers in the UFC. I'm gonna say it. His boxing is phenomenal, man. It's amazing. Yeah, man. What a win. Great win. I think I said in my prediction video, I thought Nathaniel Wood was going to skew the first couple of rounds and then get rocked later on in the third round, lose it, win 29-28. But, Nathaniel Wood shut him down. Every aspect of Morgan's game plan was shut down. Nathaniel Wood just looked so good, man. I was so happy with this. Yeah, if Nathaniel Wood had lost, I would have been depressed. I already was sad after this card, but if Nathaniel Wood had lost, I would have been, you know, incredibly depressed. But I'm so happy he won. He's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, man, give him a ranked opponent next. You know, maybe I've seen Lucas Tracy said give him like an Edson Barboza. I'd be okay with an Edson Barboza, you know. And then after that, you could maybe give him a little bit higher, maybe someone in the top 10. But you know, I was looking at the rankings. Maybe give him a Cater or something like that. But I'll be okay with Barboza. I'd be okay with someone a little bit outside the rankings, but preferably someone in the rankings. Get him a position. See how he does against a top 15 fighter, because he's looked phenomenal against everybody else. But yeah, great win. Amazing performance. One of the best performances of the night. Best performance of the night was probably Sean Brady, but Nathaniel Wood was up there too. John Vucenic versus Chris Duncan. Oh my goodness. This fight, man. I mean, John Vucenic, he got rocked early on. You know, Chris Duncan threw a kick and then a right hand behind it. Rocked, dropped. You know, landed right on the chin. Rocked and dropped Vucenic. But yeah, Vucenic got controlled the rest of that round. Second round, John Vucenic's looking good on the feet. Looking really good on the feet. He's landing more. I don't think Chris Duncan's got that good of striking. I know he rocked him and dropped him in the first round, but I still don't think Chris Duncan's got that good striking. But you know, he's got that, like Lucas Tracy says, that clubbing right hand. You know, very dangerous right hand. Man, it was a good win for Chris Duncan, I guess. But yeah, second round, anyways. Second round, Vucenic's doing well. He's looking good on the feet. He seemed to be getting his rhythm. You know, doing better than Chris Duncan on the feet, and then shoots a takedown. Oh my goodness, man! English fighters just don't have very good fight IQ. I'll say it. I'm English myself, but I'll admit it. English fighters there's just something wrong with them. Leon did it as well, man. I'm thinking, why are you shooting takedowns? Why? And then he shot a couple stupid takedowns. You know, John Vucenic. When up against the cage, he shot that takedown and got put in a guillotine. Just don't be shooting takedowns. You know Chris Duncan's got a dangerous guillotine, and you know you're outstriking him. Just stand with him. You know, it's so annoying, man. I still think John Vucenic's good. I still don't think Chris Duncan's that good. Even though this was a really good win for him, and I'm not taking anything away from him, but I still don't think Chris Duncan's that good. But man, maybe Vucenic isn't as good as I thought he was. But you know, it is what it is. Good win for Duncan. Molly McCann. Yep. I didn't know nothing about Alexia Thenara, whatever her name was. I didn't know nothing about her before this. As soon as I saw her walking out and it said she had like 8 submission, I was like, yeah, she's gonna win. Molly McCann couldn't grapple to save her life. She's retired now. Good. I'm sick of seeing her on the English cards. You know, she's an awful fight. She cannot grapple at all. She hasn't seemed to improve over the years. But you know, is what it is. I guess good on her. I think she opened up a bakery or something. I don't know. Gunnar Nelson versus Kevin Holland. Performance of the night. Bit crazy, but how is some of these performances of the night? You tell me Alexia Thenara and Kevin Holland got performance of the night over Nathaniel Wood. I know he did good, but it wasn't like wasn't as good as Nathaniel Woods. You know, Gunnar Nelson can't strike to save his life. I don't know why I picked Gunnar Nelson. As soon as he started walking out, I was thinking, why have I picked Gunnar Nelson? Like, I thought Kevin Holland is just gonna go out there and just get submitted, but Gunnar can't really wrestle. He's a good grappler, but he's not that good at wrestling. Yeah, good performance by Kevin, I guess. Yeah, not much to say. He's gonna lose his next fight, you know. This is a welterweight bout as well, so if he goes back up, or you know, he's always at welterweight or middleweight. He goes up and down, but he'll lose his next fight anyways. It's rare he goes on a win streak, you know. He's usually wins and then loses and then loses and then wins and then wins and then loses, you know. But yeah, I don't like Kevin Holland at all. Anyways, next one. Jan Blachowicz versus Carl Solberg. I've seen a lot of people say this fight was a robbery. I disagree. I thought it was a close one. I thought it was too close to call it a robbery. I thought the first and the second were like a, either or. Carlos could have won both, or Jan could have won both. It could have been 1-1. I don't know. But I thought the third round was a clear Jan. Yeah, man. I'm okay with this decision. I've seen people say it was a robbery, and like, it wasn't a robbery. It was a very close one, very close. Neither of them really did much, apart from, Carl Solberg was tippy-tapping with his leg kicks. Jan was walking down and then missing and then landing a leg kick every now and then. He was checking, I guess, which is damaging, but judges don't seem to care about that. But yeah, man, I'm okay with this. Give Carl Solberg a Yuri or something next. Give Jan maybe it's a Jamal Hill. Yeah, but it was a mediocre performance from both of them. But it is what it is. I wanted Jan to win. I had Jan winning, but could have went either way, so it's not that big. Not that big of a deal. Next one, Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady. Leon is terrible. Man, I said this in my I think I said this at least. I said if Leon goes out there and just fights how he did in the last fight, he'll lose. And he did that. He went out and fought exactly how he did. Backing up, letting Sean Brady pressure him. He had some nice elbow and nice uppercut at one point. But apart from that, he did nothing. Even Sean Brady was outstriking him, outboxing him. Leon can't box. I don't know what it is, but he can't box. Like, he's fighting wrestlers and they outboxing him. I know there's takedown threat and stuff, but like, Leon can't box at all, man. If he'd have fought Jack Della would have KO'd him brutally. Especially seeing as how bad Leon's chin. Leon doesn't have the best chin. It's not like a Luke Rockhold chin or anything, but it's still a pretty bad chin. If you'd have fought Jack Della, that would have been a massacre. Leon would have got KO'd brutally. But Leon's awful. Move up to middleweight. Maybe it's that lighter man skill will come in handy or something. Yeah. Welterweight isn't his thing no more. He'll get dominated here. He's a big guy, 6'2". He was way taller, way big. Maybe he's not size wise, but I think he cuts quite a bit of weight. He's got the frame for middleweight, so I could see him going up. I think he walks around about 200 plus, so put him up there. Middleweight, see how he does. Give him a top 15, maybe he's top 10 fighter. Give him a Jared Cannonier, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, amazing performance by Sean Brady. Sean Brady looked phenomenal. I've been seeing people say, "Oh, Sean Brady beats Bilal in a rematch." He doesn't. He doesn't beat Bilal at all. The thing that separated them two, I've seen people say, "Oh, Sean Brady managed to submit Leon and Bilal couldn't." Bilal's not a submission guy. He's a wrestler. He's a ground and pounder. He's a hold them down, get that decision. He's a decision king. Sean Brady's a submission guy. He's got really good submissions. He's not as good as a wrestler. He couldn't really take down Leon in this fight. Bilal took him down every single take. Every takedown Bilal shot, he took him down. Sean Brady's takedowns weren't that good in this, but once he got him down, he held him down, which is good. And his submissions, he's got crazy submissions. So yeah, man, amazing performance by Sean Brady. I still think, you can call me a glazer or whatever, but I still think Jack Della beats Sean Brady. I think he beats Bilal. I think Joaquin Buckley beats Sean Brady. I think he beats Bilal as well. Sean Brady's good, but maybe he's give him a Shavkat next or something. Or win a loser of give him a loser of Bilal versus JDM. But yeah, this was a alright card. Wasn't the greatest, but I think people I've seen people say worst card of all time. But yeah, people be saying that every week. As soon as there isn't 50 knockouts on the card, people say that's a bad one. But I thought there was really good fights on this. I thought Lorna Kavanagh was a phenomenal fight. Guram and Cowie Fernandez's fight was really good. Chris Duncan had a good one. Nathaniel Wood had a good one. Nathan Fletcher was a good one versus Colin Lock, and that was good. I thought it was a pretty decent card. Not the greatest, but not the worst. Yeah, man. That's my reaction and breakdown. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, comment, like, sub. Yeah.